Welcome to my new YouTube channel. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. The London-based star appears on the long-running series with husband and returned on screen on Friday after being absent for a number of recent episodes. During Soo Sheehan's candid chat on her sofa, aired on Gogglebox last night, she spoke of her battle with the neurological disorder, which can cause temporary paralysis of the muscles in the side of the face. Soo opened up on learning to live with the condition, which is, in most cases, temporary. She said, I've actually learned to do a couple of things since this Bell's palsy," to which her spouse replied, "Have you?" She continued, "Yeah, one is to speak through the side of my mouth. And the other one is chewing. Chewing takes a long time." Steve then said, "I have offered to chew your food for you." Before Soo replied, "You have, but I'm not having that." Seeing the funny side, Steve then quipped, "You haven't lost the sharp side of your tongue, have you?" Fans were quick to take to social media site X to show their support, with one posting, "All the best to Soo and big love for bringing Bell's palsy to the fore." A second put, "Soo and Steve wishing you a speedy recovery from your Bell's palsy. Soo keep being you, love seeing you both on Gogglebox." Another added, "Fair play to Soo on #Gogglebox for appearing with Bell's palsy. Raising awareness can only be good. Speaking as someone who is, hopefully temporarily, suffering from the same after brain surgery, I can imagine how much courage that takes." Soo and Steve joined the show back in 2009. Soo isn't the only TV personality to speak out about the condition of late. I'm a Celeb star Tulisa has been candid in speaking about her year battle with the condition. She told how she had been in horrific pain following her diagnosis in 2020. The Sip-Pin hitmaker told Olivia Attwood's Too Wrong It's Right podcast of her battle and said, "George tragically died in March, aged 40. After falling 80 feet from a warehouse roof skylight while working. The accident left the family heartbroken, and they are still struggling to come to terms with it." Linda, 74, revealed how she and George's ex, Gemma Conway, took his daughter Omely to Lanzarote in the summer, and they now plan on returning with George's ashes in the future. "It was perfect for Omely," she told the Mirror. "We went a whole week without crying in front of her. I promised her that Lanzarote is going to be our special place. It was absolutely wonderful." Omely, 8, visits Linda's home for one weekend every month, and the loving grandmother has created a fairy room, which contains George's belongings, for her to spend time. In a letter to Santa, the youngster wrote that she would swap all of her gifts to have her daddy back, which broke her family's heart. Losing George has had numerous difficult consequences for Linda, who is living with Parkinson's. She was recently rushed to hospital after suffering a stroke, which she thinks was due to the stress of the loss, and revealed it could have been much worse. "I'm so lucky that my friends were here and they got me to the hospital," she said. On the tests, they couldn't find where it had come from, but I think it's the shock of George. There's no bigger stress than what I went through. George died 3 years after his 71-year-old stepdad Pete McGarry passed away from bowel cancer. The cheeky chappie was best known for his time on Channel 4's Gogglebox, where he entertained millions. George, his mum Linda, and stepdad Pete quickly became fan favorites when they joined in the second series back in 2013. The Essex family were axed from the show in 2014, but George stepped into the Celebrity Big Brother house the same year.